Hi and welcome. My name is Jennifer Ferrari and I'm the Associate Director for Career Education here at Santa Clara University. I'm also a Santa Clara alum. I completed both my bachelor's and master's degrees at Santa Clara and I love working on campus. I'm excited to spend some time sharing with you briefly how we in Santa Clara's Career Center approach our work, as well as 4 ways that we encourage students to engage in their career development, particularly in their first year. Lastly, I want to acknowledge that much has changed very quickly as a result of COVID-19. So I'll wrap up our session by sharing just a few of the ways that we're responding to support our students, alumni, employers, and the campus community through this new COVID-19 economy. Our Career Center's vision is to empower students to continuously discern and pursue meaningful work to meet the complex needs of an ever-changing world. Regardless of whether you have career goals already in mind or if you're just beginning to figure it out, the Career Center offers resources to help you wherever you are in the process. The heart of our work involves a passion for helping students discover the intersection between their talents, what brings them joy, and what the world needs. We believe the intersection between these questions is where students find their fit and express their greatest gifts and talents. Santa Clara University sits in the heart of Silicon Valley, and as a result, our campus and the Career Center are uniquely positioned to engage with the diversity, energy, and entrepreneurial spirit that are the hallmarks of Silicon Valley. We encourage our students to be proactive and plug into this environment via a variety of research, internship, and fellowship experiences during their time on campus. One thing that we really want to emphasize to our incoming students is that career preparation for life after SCU is a multi-year process that begins in your first year. This is not something that just takes place during your junior and senior year. To help you in this process, be sure to take advantage of the many resources the Career Center has to offer. There are so many different resources and tools and programs and opportunities that we could talk about today, and I encourage you to take a look at our website. I'll share the URL at the end of the presentation, where you can learn a lot more about career support and our Career Center and all of the resources at SCU. But I want to focus today on just 4 of the ways that we encourage students to engage in their career development starting in their first year. The first of these key ways to engage in your career development is to utilize HANDSHAKE, our career development platform. HANDSHAKE creates ways for students to connect and engage with hundreds of thousands of employers. Along with 100% of the Fortune 500, there are thousands of jobs from nonprofit organizations, government employers, startups, and more. More than 20,000 internships have been posted just during this school year alone for our students, and 600 of those were actually posted just in the last few weeks, even during a time where some employers are needing to take a pause or hold off on their recruiting plans. We're still seeing employers really actively engaging in HANDSHAKE. HANDSHAKE uses AI and machine learning to create a customized, curated dashboard for each student, highlighting opportunities and information relevant to the student's interests and goals. HANDSHAKE really has something for everyone. Sometimes there can be a thought or a wonder of, will there only be tech opportunities or might there only be business opportunities? And this really isn't the case. There are certainly those opportunities, but also there are creative opportunities, nonprofit, public service and government, research, innovation, all kinds of different opportunities. And so we really encourage all students to get familiar and take a look at HANDSHAKE, knowing that there is something for everyone. Some of the ways that our students use HANDSHAKE include exploring and registering for employer events. Students can use HANDSHAKE, for example, to find out which employers might be attending a career meetup, for example, and what positions they're hiring for. Students can also use HANDSHAKE to apply for jobs and internships. One of the things I love is that you can set up targeted search alerts so that when new opportunities are posted that match what you're looking for, you'll get notified via email. HANDSHAKE is also the place where you can request appointments with our team. So we do appointments on a variety of topics, some really tactical like cover letter critiques and mock interviews and how to use LinkedIn. And then other more in-depth topics like career exploration. How do I figure out which of my interests connect to different real opportunities out there? Or how do I develop a strategy for my internship search? We provide appointments to support students on all of those topics, and those appointments get scheduled through HANDSHAKE. And I also want to mention that HANDSHAKE has developed many ways for students to engage in a HANDSHAKE community. For example, they can read reviews from students who have had internships at the companies they're interested in, or they can post questions to the network of Handshake users, or they can network with Handshake students across the country. So this really goes far beyond a job board to really be a robust community that Handshake has created. And the last thing I want to mention about Handshake is that students can opt into making their profiles public so that employers can find students who have the skills and experiences they're looking for and reach out to them directly through the platform to share more about their opportunities or events that they're going to be holding. We encourage students to complete their profiles by adding their skills, their work experiences, leadership opportunities, projects, classes, all of that information. Handshake recently reported that 80% of students who had a completed profile receive a message from a recruiter. And with the recent shift to virtually all recruiting happening in digital formats right now, Handshake has seen a big increase in employers reaching out directly to students through this format. So it's really something we encourage students to do, to utilize and complete that profile. The next way that we encourage students to engage in their first year is connecting with our peer career advisors. We have such a wonderful team of peer advisors who help our students to identify how to get started. They do Handshake demos, they teach students how to use LinkedIn, and they help students understand and navigate the variety of career resources that are available at SCU. When we're on campus, our peer advisors offer office hours daily, no appointment needed, students can just stop by. And we'll have more information in the fall about how students can engage with our peer advisors as we get more of a sense of what our fall quarter will look like. We have a series of career guides available on our website to help students navigate the process of career development. And so that's really the third way I want to encourage students to engage, is to use our first year career guide. There are some steps on these guides that we encourage all students to take, like create a college resume and claim your Handshake account. And then beyond those kind of first steps, it's really going to vary what the right next step is for each student. It's going to depend on whether they're sort of in an exploration phase, or whether they're looking to get connected to opportunities on campus, or whether they're ready to launch an internship search. The next step will look different for each of those students. And this guide helps students to find that right next step depending on where they are. And then also connects them with the resources that will assist in that next step. So one of the resources I'll highlight that is featured really heavily in these guides is our job prep toolkit. This is a web page on our site that includes great strategies, tips, and samples of resumes and cover letters, networking in LinkedIn, interviewing, and more. So definitely recommend checking out that job prep toolkit and highlighting that these guides are a great way to get started on building a career plan. The fourth way to engage is to make sure to stay abreast of upcoming programs and events. One way to do that is to bookmark our career events page on our website. There's also information about events in Handshake as well. And there are so many wonderful opportunities to connect with employers, alumni, and more throughout the year. If you want to see examples of some of the things, programs, and events that we've done in the past, you can look at the monthly calendar on our events page and click back through some prior months to see what's been available. There are things like career fairs and meetups, coffee chats and employer treks, our Diversity Works Expo, the Discover Vocation Retreat, and so much more. Lots of great opportunities for students to think about kind of the education piece as well as the employer connection piece of this process. Right now, what you'll see are virtual employer events, LinkedIn Live sessions that I'm going to talk about a little bit more, and other ways to engage virtually while we're not physically on campus. Our team is already in the process of looking ahead at a variety of ways to facilitate connections between students and employers and alumni in the coming year. So to wrap up, I want to shift gears a little bit to share some of the ways that we're supporting our students, alumni, employers, and campus community as we all navigate this uncertain landscape brought about by COVID-19. We've created a COVID-19 response website that we update regularly that includes information about hiring trends, new resources, upcoming events, and more. The URL for the site is right on the slide that you're looking at now. This is a great place to stay updated about what employers are reporting, about what their hiring plans are right now, and also to learn about new tools that are emerging that will help students navigate a remote job or internship search. Additionally, on this site, you can find a link to our recently asked questions document, where we're answering the top questions we're hearing from students right now related to the status of their internship, or if and how they should proceed with a job search right now, or which companies are still hiring. So great resources to check out to get a sense of what is happening right now. While many companies are in somewhat of a holding pattern as they assess their hiring plans and internship programs, there are many companies still hiring, and HANDSHAKE has developed a really great list, and they're frequently updating this, that includes over 500 employers that are actively hiring students on the platform right now. This is a resource you can find on our COVID website and that we've shared with students to keep them updated. We've seen some really interesting and great new resources pop up throughout this time as students and employers are working to help people find opportunities. For example, CoVintern is a site that was developed by a student at the University of Indiana to crowdsource remote internship opportunities. Another one is talentboard.io, a new platform that was developed by recruiters in the tech industry specifically for students who had their internship canceled due to COVID. These students can create a profile on Talent Board and get that directly in front of tech recruiters who are still actively hiring. As we learn about other great new tools like these, we're adding these to our web resources and letting students know about them. Lastly, I want to highlight that we've launched a series of LinkedIn Live panel discussions with timely conversations about navigating the COVID-19 economy. Our first session on April 22nd was focused on internships. And on May 7th, we'll be discussing career strategies for students and graduating Broncos, helping students to navigate the current job market. These sessions also offer a live Q&A where students can get their questions answered by the panel. These live sessions are recorded as well and available to watch on Santa Clara's LinkedIn page. You can find the links to these on our website as well. So if you just log into LinkedIn and search for Santa Clara, you'll be able to go through and find either the live session or the recordings of those. We care really deeply about our students, and we want to provide them with the best, timely, relevant resources, support, and the answers they need to navigate this challenging time. That wraps up our time today. I really want to thank you for taking the time to watch this session. I encourage you again to take a look at our website. It's www.scu.edu/cc to learn more about our team and our resources. And I really want to wish you and your families all the best. And we look forward to supporting you and your career development at Santa Clara University. Thank you.